This is your makeup studio.
Yeah.
Welcome to Laura's makeup studio. Period.
So let's get into it. Shout out to my sis, aka model Casey. Thank you for serving and coming through. Let's get into the skin. So we're gonna start off with Charlotte Tilbury's Magic Cream. If you know or may not know, it's a primer, moisturizer, and serum, so it's good for skincare and makeup purposes. So I love to prep my clients with this. Next, we're going to get into foundation, and my favorite foundation of choice is the NARS Radiant Longwear Foundation. I love the fact that it smooths out any skin texture, it's full coverage, and it gives a nice, flawless, natural finish, and it photographs well. I just love it. This step is optional. I'm going in with a beauty wedge to kind of just like set in the foundation and absorb excess foundation. If you use too much, I like to do this little tip just to kind of like polish off the finish of the foundation on the skin. So next, I'm about to cocktail two concealers, which are my favorites. It's the NARS Creamy Concealer in the shade Caramel and the Juvia's Place Concealer in the shade 16. I'm going to mix these two together to give her a highlight and place this in the center of her face. So for blending purposes, I like to let my concealer sit and get a little tacky. While that's doing that, I like to work on other areas of the face. In this case, I'm going to start with the brows. You do not want it to get completely dry. You just want it to get a little tacky. I'm about to go in with a Real Techniques concealer brush. I like this brush because it gives great precision when you want to get in tight areas. It's really soft and I like it for detailing, so I'm about to blend out her concealer. So to make sure everything is flawless and seamless, I'm just going to go back over with the Real Techniques foundation brush that I use to apply her foundation and just go over the concealed areas just to make sure everything is blended flawlessly. So the next product I'm about to use is definitely one of my kid staples. It's the MAC Full Coverage Foundation Palette. It is a pro product, so you'll have to get it from a pro store or on their website. I love it because I like the consistency of it. It's a nice foundation and it also makes a great cream contour. Another MAC fave of mine is the MAC's 109 contour brush, which I love to use for foundation as well. But in this case, I'm going to use it to blend out the cream contour to make sure I reshape Casey's face and bring the definition back. So after checking out her flawless skin, we're going to go into setting everything, locking everything in place. I'm going to be using quite a few powders. They're lightweight powders, so it's not going to be like a heavy kind of look. I'm going to first go into the RCMA No Color Powder. Also, I'm going to be using Sephora's Beauty Amplifying Blurring Powder, which is another staple in my kit, and some mineralized skin finish from MAC, which is a fave too. So before I lock and set in under the eye, I like to make sure I go under the eye and pat out any creases or lines. So I'll do that, and then I'll go in with a wedge, and then I'll go in and press the powder in. I don't let it bake on certain clients, especially if they're dry. I like to work the powder in. So what I'm about to do next is use MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Dark Deepest. What I'm going to do with this is re-sculpt and redefine her face. I'm going to go in the areas where I use the cream contour, and that's going to kind of set the contour in place as well. What I'm doing here is making sure it's not a demarcation of the highlight and the contour. You want to make sure it's a smooth transition. The technique I like to use is like a moon kind of shape right there to kind of halo the center of the forehead. This step is optional. I'm just laying down some more translucent powder because I'm about to start on the eyes. Doing this helps prevent fallout from ruining the canvas that you already created. So yeah, and I like to really define the nose too. So I'm going to put some on the nose and a little bit on the chin. So right here I'm using MAC Saddle. It's a matte eyeshadow. I'm just lightly sweeping that over the lid. I like to do that because I want a soft transition before I lay a base down, and that's what I'm doing right here. So I had to double back and sculpt under the brow for that nice highlighted effect. I usually do this first and then do the shadow, but it's whatever way you choose. I'm going to make sure I buff them into each other so it's still a flawless transition between the two. Not a lot of concealer was used, by the way. So I have the sample of this P. Louise base. It's like a baby pink color, and that's what I'm going to use as her eyeshadow base. I'm going to layer it and buff it into the lid, and then I'm going to go ahead and start applying the eyeshadow on top. Now on to adding a topper on top of this base. I chose my Fenty palette. It was her first palette with all the shimmers, and I love applying shimmers with my finger, and that's what I'm gonna do here. I think I mixed like 2 shades from here, and I'm just gonna go from the inner corner of the eye to like the center of the eye. With a clean blending brush, I think I'm using Morphe's M505. I'm going to just blend the two together so it can be a seamless transition between the two shadows. Next, I'm going in with Morphe's Pool Party eyeliner pencil under the waterline, and I'm just using this color to give a pop to the look. Going inside the waterline, I'm using Morphe's Dark Out eyeliner pencil, and I absolutely love it because it's really rich black color and it's very creamy and it's long lasting as well. Now on to the wings. I'm using one of Morphe's liquid felt tip liner. Hey, so I'm gonna go in now and dust off all the little translucent powder I had set down. This is by far one of the most prettiest blush palettes that I got from Morphe. I think it's the warm one, so it has like a lot of peachy corals, and that's what I'm about to use. On to the lips. I'm about to line her lips with one of the best browns out by Morphe. It's called Trendsetter, because we're going to go for like a nice natural nude look. So I used one of Morphe's matte liquid lipsticks in a nice neutral pink. Forgive me because I don't know the name. And then I'm going to top it with Charlotte Tilbury's Lip Collagen, which is bomb because it makes the lips look super full and smooth. Next, I'm about to shower her with my favorite setting mist by Morphe. It's the Continuing Setting Mist. And then I'm going to take my powder brush and just kind of press it into the skin. And there you have it, my take on soft glam on my beautiful model, Casey. And she's going to serve it up for y'all. So I hope y'all take it all in. I hope you enjoyed and loved it. Please like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think. Also, tell me what you would like to see next. I want to give y'all more. Thank you.